Today I would like to take you to my work. I don't think I can show everything what I do and where I am, but I will try to show as much as I can. And right now we have 9 degrees, which is quite cold for Granada. And today is going to be cloudy, and only 17 degrees. Let's go! Hello back! Today we are going to talk about full-time job and what kind of struggles or challenges I had to go through living in Spain and working for a Spanish company. I wrote in my notebook a few topics I would like to talk about, and I will not go to stereotypes or how Spanish people are, because I know that every company is different, and I would like to focus on generic things that if you would like to move one day to Spain, that maybe you can struggle with, and probably that could be really useful for you. But let's start from the beginning. When I was a teenager and the idea of working every single day for the rest of my life was a completely distant idea of an adult life. I couldn't imagine myself in the role of my parents. Growing up, I watched my parents waking up every single day at 4 or 5 a.m., going to work and coming back really tired and hating the job they did. So in my mind, I already had this kind of idea that if I ever have to leave, the full-time job needs to be something that I will love to do and I will enjoy doing it. Waking up in the morning, I would think, wow, I love what I do. I love waking up, becoming not only my dreams come true, but for the company I work for as well. But we know how the life works, and let's be honest, many things change as we grow up, and sometimes as a result, so does our career path and passions. Even so, I believe that even if you really love what you do, you really love waking up and going to work and doing what you love, I don't think that anyone was made to work 8 hours a day. And we all know how tired we are coming back from work, because we give a lot of ourselves, and then we come back home, and many people have families, many people have other jobs to survive or to maintain their own family. So instead, the bosses receive an employee that for 2 hours that left after just 6 hours of being fully productive. People are learning how to sleep with eyes wide open. Like, I'm being honest, this is how it is. You can't imagine that your employee is gradually happy that he has to be at work instead of, doing different things. And you might say, yeah, just drink coffee. Not many people can drink coffee because also it gives anxiety or hyperactivation for just a little amount of time, and then later you feel the same. So no, another cup of coffee will not help. For the ones that don't know, I am employed as a graphic designer on site for editorial purposes. My job requires to be creative, mostly more than 80% of a day, despite the fact that brain doesn't work in such a manner. Imagination takes time and energy. Innovation takes time and energy. There are days when you create complete shit, and there are days of these brilliant ideas that you think you are so awesome that they should pay you more. But it all depends on a day and how you feel, and we women sometimes struggle with another things that happening every month, and so does it affects our emotions and productivity. I've worked in graphic design and photography industry for almost my whole life, and I also worked as a full-time employee in another kind of departments. But I really think and I really believe that people don't realize how many factors are hidden between the word creation and creativity. They sound almost the same, but they are completely different things. They can share a huge amount of space between them. What do I mean by this distance? Creation is something that you don't need creativity for. You can do mechanical work and routine work without even giving any energy. There are people who actually love that kind of job. I'm sorry, my cat is very active. And creativity is something that takes a huge amount of energy of your brain. Creation is something that you don't need creativity for, and creativity is a process of innovation. For example, at my work, when I'm tired or when I need a break, but I still have to work because, people are watching, I start doing things that don't need my creativity. They are mechanical, like doing something quick that doesn't need a huge amount of energy. So another topic that I have in my notebook is working in languages that are not your native language. There are many benefits of learning a new language. We all know that because the internet is flooded with positive informations, but no one really tells you what is hidden behind the scenes. Especially when you start a job in a new company that works in another languages that are not your native language, it really affects your productivity, fatigue, stress level, and the amount of sleep you start to need is incredible, and the lack of it can cause new levels of anxiety that you've never experienced before. I know because I've been there. Physical exhaustion is one thing, but mental exhaustion is something that cannot be cured by pills or the excessive amount of sleep. And there's no way they will actually understand that you work in two languages that are not yours, and on the side you have your own native language that is trying to, go into those two languages, and it doesn't work that way. So your work can be of lesser of a standard from your native colleagues, not to mention the fleeting thoughts of maybe being just an idiot. I think that was the biggest struggle, going to work and listening to 10,000 words a day and trying to understand each of them and what they actually want from me at that job. When you are around people who speak the language you want to learn, your brain somehow learns that words as you were a kid, suddenly catches that words and already knows what they mean. But that goes with a huge amount of headache. And I guess there are many people like me in the world who actually experience this. And I suppose we have that kind of a superpower that scientists have not had time to investigate yet. So here we are. I'm saying all this because the amount of headache that you experience every day going back from work and is just not, I can't find anything to compare. Another one is beautiful ignorance of the less you know, the better you sleep. Oh yeah, I could talk about this. Like this saying, I think it takes on a new meaning. When you don't speak the language, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. You're unaware of what people are saying around you, of if they are doing what they are meant to be doing. You don't know whether the contract you signed contained what it should have and whether they treat you is legal. You don't know if you earn as much as you should, and you don't know if they take you seriously because you haven't had a chance to prove yourself. You don't know if you can talk to someone. You don't know how much you can tell someone. Sometimes you can't even explain yourself. So I think that was the challenge. Everything changes with the moment you start to realize that you understand all the gossips, all the drama, and that your aspirations and desires are obstructed by the frustration of your ambition. I would put it this way. Almost the last point in my notebook is remaining energy after working hours. To be completely honest, the first year I struggled with anxiety and all of these expat things that normally they don't tell you that you will suffer, but you're adapting to the new place. I didn't have that much life as I wanted, and I didn't have friends. I didn't know with who I could talk to, and also there had been COVID times. I came back from work and I was in such a headache that the only thing I could was cooking and watching something on Netflix and going to sleep. So in COVID, that completely changed because I could get up at the time I want and I recovered a little. I think that COVID time was completely like a recharging thing for me. But when it comes to my time now, I live here over 4 years. And to be honest, this year I really am doing something. And I cracked the code what to do, but maybe I can talk about it in another video to make it less long. And now, my favorite point, adaptation and judgment. Okay, my personal experience of being around many people and how I felt. Was I welcomed? Yes. I can 100% say yes. I felt so welcomed that the whole thing of being in a new place was much more comfortable. Everybody wanted to help me. Everybody wanted to be around if I needed something. I felt like I wasn't alone. The other thing is about judgment. How you speak, if you can speak, your accent, the things you do, stuff like that. And no. Also, no. Nobody was laughing when I tried to speak my first words. Nobody made me feel like I'm an alien. I'm really grateful for that because I think I was really lucky to have that kind of people around me. Also, the company is international. I think they already had this kind of open-minded awareness for people that come in, even though there are many people who haven't traveled yet, haven't seen other countries or maybe another cities, they've been so welcome to me. So if you're watching and if you find this video by accident, I just want to tell you thank you. Yeah. What the hell is creativity? And also I am this kind of person who likes to complicate stuff. Too fast. I'm saying this because I forgot why I'm saying this. I lost track of my words. Yes. Yeah, that's your hobby. That's what I love to do with you. Okay, bye.